Today we're going to be making some indulgent yet healthy treats perfect for New Year's Eve, all using Truvia. So Pam, what are we going to be making first?
We are going to be making some no-bake Millionaire bites. So we've got a base of oats, ground almonds, almond milk, vanilla and coconut oil that gives a really nice like biscuity, buttery base. And then we're going to be making a really easy date caramel made with dates, peanut butter, Truvia and some coconut oil. And then finally a topping of cacao powder, coconut oil and more Truvia. So I'm going to ground up some oats in a food processor. Rather than buying oat flour that can be quite expensive, is just make your own. You just need some oats, a food processor or blender, and we'll whiz those up. First we'll melt the coconut oil, so I'll let you take that over that roll.
Excellent.
So only needs a minute or two just to basically melt that down so it's nice and smooth and silky. So that basically acts as a binder with the oat flour and the ground almond. So next is a noisy bit where we'll be basically blending these oats up for about 30 seconds to create a nice flour. So here we go. So we'll chip those in there. If you want to whack in the ground almonds.
Lovely.
And then we'll give those a good stir around. And then we'll be adding some of the Truvia to give the biscuit a bit of sweetness. You'd use a third of the amount as you would of sugar in a normal recipe, so it's a great alternative if you want to cut on calories.
So the coconut oil is melted and all ready to go.
So
Okay, well you say when.
Okie doke. Okay, to about there. I'm going to give that a mix first of all to let the ingredients bind together a little bit. We're going to add in some of our almond milk. Again, that binds together. You can use cow's milk, you can use soy milk, you can use anything according to your preference. It's just the almond kind of gives a nice kind of hint to it.
So we've got all those in there. So with the Truvia, there are no calories, are there?
No calories, you still get an amazing sweet taste, which is exactly what you want from this kind of like biscuit base. So that's the kind of texture you want.
We had some of the vanilla extract as well in there, didn't we?
Yeah, that just gives again another kind of natural sweetness, a bit more creaminess to the base. So whack that all in.
So moving on to my favourite part now, the caramel with these dates and the nut butter and the Truvia.
So we've had these dates soaking in hot water for 10 minutes, just so it makes them a little bit softer, easier to break down in the blender. Rather than draining them, I'm just going to add the dates straight away from here. We do need some of the water afterwards, which is why I don't want to tip it away. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the date water to start with. We're going to add some of our smooth peanut butter, which gives such a great taste to the caramel. It's amazing. For those that actually don't like the taste of peanut butter, they can use almond butter, cashew butter, so it's totally dependent on preference. And then we're going to use some Truvia. Grab that there. So about a tablespoon.
So that just adds with the sweetness of the dates as well.
Finally, some vanilla again to give some natural sweetness. And if you wouldn't mind, could you grab me the coconut oil? We're going to add just about a tablespoon. Okay, that's perfect.
And how long are we going to blend this for?
About 30 seconds. So we'll get that rolling. Just going to stop it there, just because I can see it's breaking down nicely. But going back to our date water, just going to add a little bit more, just because it's quite thick at the moment. Just add another 2 tablespoons, I think. Okay, so that's been about another 30 seconds. And that is looking amazing.
It smells divine. So we've got this out of the freezer now and it's all set.
So now we've made our lovely date caramel. We're going to spread it all over the base. So in terms of the thickness, we don't want it too thick because otherwise it will just take forever to freeze.
Yeah.
So we want to spread it evenly over our base. I'm just going to make sure that all the little corners are covered.
So if the mixture's feeling a little bit sticky, a little bit harder to spread, are there any tips that you can use to make it a bit easier?
Yeah, definitely. If you've got literally like a bowl of hot water next to you, you can just dip the spatula in and then just continue spreading, and it just helps to kind of smooth it out a little bit better. But that is looking good to me right now. I'm happy with that. A nice
Lovely.
even layer. So we'll put that in the freezer and then make our chocolate. We have our coconut oil still in the pan, it's still melted, which is great because it saves us another little job. And I've basically sieved out some cacao powder for the chocolate. You can use cocoa powder, it's just cacao is a little bit less refined. You get kind of the richer chocolate flavours, but it totally depends on what you've got in your cupboard. I'm just going to tip this in if you want to give it a good whisk around.
Yeah.
And see what that's like. What we want is a really nice glossy chocolate sauce that isn't too thick or not too thin. So just going to add a tablespoon or two of Truvia for the sweetness. Nice taste. So that is looking spot on.
And it smells delicious. So do we have to wait until this is totally cool to pour it on top?
Usually I'd make the raw chocolate, leave it for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll pour it over, put that back in the freezer.
Time for the grand finale.
To be fair, it'll probably naturally spread. The spatula will just make sure that it gets to every corner. Lovely. Give it a little spread round.
So these are great for New Year's Eve when you've had all of the indulgence of Christmas and you might have overdone it ever so slightly. They're just a nice, light, sweet treat, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. You still get the same sweetness and treat that you'd want from a party. So they're so delicious. So a winner all round.
So here they are. They look delicious.
They look so good, don't they? So they've been freezing for about 5 hours and taken them out, cut them into little bite-sized bits, and now they're ready to enjoy.
Can I dig in?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm very excited.
See what you think. Tense moment. What do you think? Thumbs up?
Divine.
Well, the great thing about these is you can make them a week in advance before New Year's Eve if you want to serve them on the night, so you've got no stress on the day. Or if you've got any of these left over, you can keep them in an airtight container in the freezer for a week. So.
Awesome stuff. Well, cheers, Pam.
Cheers.